Hi, y'all, I'm Cayman, and I have another build for y'all today. So, the museum in whatever this neighborhood is called was sticking out like a sore thumb with the other modern ish buildings that I have around. So, I decided it needed to be replaced. And this is what I came up with. I don't know why I put in the vampire flooring, but it kind of goes with the other buildings a little bit, kind of, somewhat. But yeah, I felt like this town needed a more modern museum, so that was the idea. I didn't. I'm not really good at museums, so I definitely struggled with it a little. I'm not sure if y'all can tell or anything, but yeah, I definitely struggled. I mean, the original footage is over an hour long, and technically the building's not even complete because the whole third level has nothing in it. It's just a empty box. But there is some gameplay here. I do add a few activities other than easels in because one of the requirements for a museum is an easel. But yeah, there's a bunch of easels. And I was like, what can I put on these walls? And you have like a ode to The Sims in the middle there. I was like, oh, all the movie posters. Let me put those in. It's like, where's that other one? And of course, figuring out all the spacing and everything. And I basically, from the Get Famous movie posters, I put in my favorites. And the movie stuff pack, I put in all of them because they're all different objects. And I end up like putting curtains on the windows for the actual gallery portion because I kind of set it up like you have to like pay to be there. I could have put in a little small business kiosk, but I was like, eh. I really don't feel like doing that. I could go back and fix that though, now that I'm thinking about it. But basically, you can't look at the art for free, quote unquote. But yeah, this is where most of the art is. There's some art around, but I wanted most of it in that one room. I thought about doing more, but I was like, I can't be bothered. And I was like, the lighting in here sucks. So let me put these little lights around. I definitely used a lot of them. This is definitely not a building if you don't have all that many packs, because I generally don't know how many I used. Also, I really, 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 really wanted to use that sofa, the curved piece, but it just was not working. I was like, yeah, no, this isn't working. You can kind of see me fiddle with it. I'm like, yeah, no, I hate it. Let me just get rid of all of it. I was like, let me just do this. I was like, oh yeah, the end piece. The end piece could work. And then I have this little seating. I kind of wanted all the chairs in the middle of the room because that made sense. And there is more than one bathroom on the lot. There's like 2 bathrooms. They're both gendered, like male and female. I was trying to figure out how to word it, so that's why I took that long pause. Had a little seat in there. The second bathroom actually has less stalls in it because it's on the second floor, and as you can see, I put the stairs there. I put in some kids' activity tables because the kiddies need something to do if they come to the museum, because the original museum had like nothing for anybody to do other than like look at stuff and paint. And I thought that was kind of boring. So I decided to add more activities. And I definitely wanted bigger windows, but I was like, let me do these windows, because they're pretty big. But yeah, the upstairs is nothing. It is 100% nothing. Again, I add more personality to the little kids area. I thought that Viking graffiti was kind of cool. That one, the girl with the helmet, looks very Banksy. If you know who Banksy is, then you know what I'm talking about. But, yeah, I added those little lights everywhere, and I wanted, like, all of the tarot cards on display. So, took me a hot minute to do that. But I do end up getting them all. And I, for the life of me, do not know how I got them all, because there's like none repeating. I could be wrong, but I feel like there's none repeating. Again, I could be wrong, but and then I love those koi fish and the mountains picture. That is one of my favorite decoration objects. So it was really cool I could put them in there. That bowl of fruit looked kind of cool. And I also needed statues, so I put in a bunch of pots, because why not? I don't know why, but... And of course, that was part of the statue category, a little fountain. I was like, oh, where can I put this guy? And I decided the T-Rex skull needed to be in there. And I was like, oh, let me put the painting studio upstairs, and some lights downstairs, and some windows. Because you need good light when you're painting. And this is why I trimmed the bathroom, because the stairs were in the way. But, yeah. So there is 2 bathrooms. And I have the hiccups. So yeah, there is 2 bathrooms. Hold on 1 second. Alright, hopefully my hiccups are gone. So, yeah, there's definitely a lot more to do in this museum versus the old one. As I said, there's a ton of easels. I'm putting those in now. The other ones changed color. But, I also added woodworking benches, and the candles, and the gem tables, and the pottery. I add a couple of those. Like, if your Sims want to get into pottery, they can come here. This is on the gallery if y'all want to download it. I forget what I named it, but I do share the thing at the end, so if y'all want to download it, go ahead. It's definitely not one for if you have hardly any packs. You kind of need a bunch. I honestly don't know what all I used, so And there's no useless bar around, so that's pretty cool. I do use a lot of Get Famous, I think, because I do that little display, and then I put that there. And I remembered there was some stuff in base game that I could just like put around. Jeez, why do I always feel sleepy when I go to record? I don't know. Anyway, if y'all want to download it, it's up on the gallery. Definitely need a bunch of packs for this, but yeah, here it is. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Bye!